Hi everyone, today I'm sharing another process video for my Me, Myself, and I #selflove 2021 Traveler's Notebook, and I'm going to show you how I made this spread here. So this just comes out, and this is documenting something that makes me happy, which is baking, and I have pictures of some of the various desserts that I've baked within the past year. And this is specifically for the prompt number 13 from the Me, Myself, and I checklist that Heba created, what makes you happy, and the self-love prompts from Kelly Winnell, that one is happiest. So this baking isn't exactly what makes me happiest. I can't really say any one thing makes me happiest, but I just wanted to document baking as something that does make me very happy. So if you'd like to see how I made the spread, then just keep watching. So most of the products that I'm going to be working with are from Cocoa Daisy, including this Traveler's Notebook. This is what Cocoa Daisy refers to as their Simple Dory, and this one was from the January collection. And here I have some photos of some desserts that I had made recently within last year, and I have sized them so that they're about 2 inches by 2 inches, including the tiny border that I have around each of those square photos. Next off, I have this clear adhesive pocket that came in one of the Cocoa Daisy March kits. I think this was from one of the planner kits, and my idea is to make kind of this fold out booklet type thing that I'm going to then attach photos into and slip into that pocket. So the pocket measures about 2 3/4 inches by 3 inches, so I want to make sure that my piece of paper is going to fit into the pocket once I fold it down. So here you'll see that I'm just taking off a bit of the edge around the border of all of these photos, so that once I tape the pictures down in the photo booklet, they'll still be able to fit. I'll have to remake a smaller version of that booklet that I have there. To remake this booklet, I'm just using some of the scrap paper that I have here. This is some plain paper that I have when I took apart one of the other Cocoa Daisy Simple Dories that I had. And I wanted to use this paper instead of using cardstock because it's thick enough that I feel like I can slide that in and out of the pocket easily, but I didn't want it to be too thick like a 65-pound cardstock because then I feel like it wouldn't be able to slide in and out of the pocket very well. Just making sure it fits before I glue any of my photos in. And my thought is that I'm going to alternate the placement of these photos, like one will be nearer to the bottom and then the other one will be nearer to the top, etc. And I realized that my photos are just slightly too wide to fit onto this photo booklet. So I'm going to take my paper trimmer yet again and just trim off one of the edges of those photos. And we're finally ready for some decoration. So here I have some of the tab stickers that came in the Cocoa Daisy. This was the classified memory keeping kit. And I love that they have all of these labels that they come with now that coordinate with the colors of the each month's kit. I used to use in an Ellie's Studio stamp set to stamp out all of the labels every month in the coordinating colors. But it's just so nice that Cocoa Daisy is able to provide these for us. That saves me so much time, and the colors match exactly to the colors in the kit. And I'm going to be using these tags to label each of my various desserts that I've made. I usually hate my own handwriting, and I usually type out most of my journaling. But for these tiny little tabs, I just figured it would be easier just to handwrite them in. Just as a one-time thing. So that's what I decided to do. And I'm just picking out some of the tabs that I feel like the color matches something in the photo. So for example, for my pecan pies, I used a green label because I do have some green in that plant that I have there. And for my red wine chocolate cupcakes, I have here kind of like a corally colored label with some lines. And the other thing that I like about these labels is that, like all of the rest of Cocoa Daisy's die cut pieces, they are adhesive backed. So it takes a bit of time to peel off the backing sometimes. That's why I'm using my craft tweezers, but it makes it so much easier to adhere these die cuts onto my page because I don't have to fuss around with getting adhesive on some of those tinier ones there. And here's where I realized that I have one too many photos for the booklet that I made for my photos, because I wanted the first page to be relatively blank. I didn't want there to be a photo there, and I have 6 photos. So I'm going to just be attaching a small piece here. I have folded down 1/2 inch to create a little hinge. And then I'm just going to attach it to the back of this booklet that I have here. As usual, for any interactive piece, I'm using score tape, just because I feel like score tape provides a great seal when you're trying to make anything that you're flipping back and forth. And of course, the first time that I tried to put this down, I didn't put it down straight, so I had to carefully peel that off, which is very difficult to do because if you've worked with score tape before, you know it's very sticky, but I did manage to do it without damaging the page too much. And here I'm continuing on with putting my photos down and labeling each and every dessert that I have here. For the last page of this booklet on this side of the accordion fold, I'm going to be using a pocket card. This one says Bon Appetit, and this comes from the Cocoa Daisy Modern Memory Keeping Kit. And I just trimmed it down so that it would fit in this booklet that I have. I think one thing that I learned when I was doing this spread was that I do spend a lot of time crafting, and don't get me wrong, I love paper crafting, but I also enjoy a lot of other hobbies that don't get a lot of attention, especially in my paper crafting scrapbooking world. So I really loved having all of these photos that I had taken of the baked goods that I had made, and it was so much fun going through my phone and picking out my favorite ones to put on the spread. And so here's a challenge to you to spend some time documenting one of your favorite hobbies other than paper crafting, if you have one, and sharing those online as well. So there's the inside of my booklet finished, and the reason why I wanted to keep the front page blank, relatively blank, and not have a photo there is because the pocket is see-through, so I didn't want the words which says some of the best things in life to have to interfere with any journaling or photo that I might have on the front. So instead, I'm just going to keep it simple. And I just stamped the date that I created this layout on one of those label stickers. And I'm going to add that to the bottom of this cover page. And I'm going to cover the top of the cover page with one of these scraps of packaging that I have. Cocoa Daisy always does fun backer sheets to any of their packages. So this is one of the packaging pieces that I had left over, and I'm just going to tear the bottom edge on that and call that booklet done. And here I'm just attaching the adhesive pocket down to my traveler's notebook page. I do wish that this insert was a tiny bit less bulky because it's a bit of a tight fit, but it does end up working there, so I'm happy with that. And next I'm going to go through my envelope of all of the alphabet stickers that I have. Most of these are actually from Cocoa Daisy kits, and I ended up pulling out this one here. This is from the Cranberry Rose collection that was part of December 2020, and I'm going to use this white alphabet font here to spell out the words sugar, butter, flour. This is just a nod to one of my favorite musicals about baking. It's called Waitress, and the music was written by Sarah Bareilles. And sugar, butter, flour is the start of one of the songs, I think like the first song that you hear during the musical. And of course, very essential ingredients to any dessert that you might be baking. And here I'm just pulling out another one of Cocoa Daisy's alphabet sticker sheets. This one came from either October or November of 2020. and just spelling out "This makes me happy," which is the title of the prompt that I use for this spread. And I love how I'm able to pull some of my leftovers from past Cocoa Daisy kits and use them forward for future months. So on this spread alone, I used 1, 2, 3, 4 kits worth of leftover pieces, and I thought that was pretty good. The last thing I'm going to do for this spread is just add a label and just handwrite the phrase "what baking can do." That's another title of a song from the musical Waitress, and pretty much just sums up my thoughts for this spread, that baking is a wonderful thing that makes me so happy. And here's a final look at my spread here that I've created. Nice short and sweet video, pun totally intended. If you liked this video, then make sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe for more content and more process videos. I think the next one that I'm going to be uploading will be a Life Crafted process video for my project Life, March 2021. And then the video after that is going to be a Pieces of Us process video for the Pieces of Me project that was just completed in Ali Edwards' scrapbooking community. As usual, feel free to leave any comments or questions down below, and thanks so much for watching.